What's up, Internet? It's the dumbass Panic Ghost Gaming, and it's day 11 of this, I guess. You already know what's going on with this course list. Let's just get right into it. Today we're doing 200 eggs since, I was going to say tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm not streaming at all. Yesterday, though, I streamed about 100 hatches. Not about, exactly 100. I know how to speak. Let me check where this goes first. I moved something around my boxes, and I'm scared that's gonna show me the wrong box here. Yep, that's what I was scared of. That's why I wanted to check. So that's interesting. So it isn't the last box that I moved stuff from. It's the last box that I've accessed, which is odd, just because I swear in the past that wasn't the case. I need to actually go and, like, go to this box now. Okay. But yeah, so the goal is 200 eggs. We'll get to, we'll basically fill up 7 full boxes. That's why I have the, well, 7 full boxes is 210, but I already have 10 Corsola left over from the last one. So that way I, like, know when I fill that up that I'm good to go. Let me just double check this egg as well. Fortunately, well, kind of fortunately, since I, perfect. Since I didn't really, bother, like, trying to get an exact amount of eggs yesterday, which honestly is probably fine for these hunts. I might even do that today. I'm kind of considering it. Just because, I mean, I will always need another, another shiny Corsola anyways for Corsola, but, I forgot where I was going with that. Basically, yeah, 7 full boxes, and then we'll be done for the day, or, you know, when we get the shiny. And we already had a bunch of eggs hatched, again, or not hatched, but collected from the last stream because I wasn't too worried about it. It was one of those things where, like, I kind of had, like, an out time, but also I wasn't super worried about, like, going over it because I kind of had an idea of how long it was going to take. So I was just like, yeah, let's just keep collecting. That'll be fine. But yeah, hopefully we get this damn thing today, man. I am... Well, I was going to say I'm so tired, but I'm tired for different reasons. Tired because of work, and, mainly work. I slept better today, actually, than I have been, interestingly enough. But for some reason, I feel even more tired right now. Fuck if I know how that works out. Yeah, hopefully we can get this. I'm curious to see what percentage we're getting up to today if we do the full 1600. Or even if we don't do the full 1600, what percentage it would have been. I swear. Okay. Anyways, sorry if I'm acting a little bit weird. It's for whatever reason this hair here, which again, this should probably be a sign that it needs to just go. But like, it's rubbing against the mesh on the pop filter, which is just weird because they don't have this issue normally. Hey, what's up, Reverse? Welcome back. Glad to see you back for another stream. Surprise, surprise, more Galarian Corsola. I'm doing fine. Glad to hear it, man. But yeah, 200 eggs today, so we'll get to 1600, or we'll get the Corsola. Boy, I'd be so happy. If I were to get it right now, I honestly don't know if I would, like, probably all I would do is I would probably switch over to Legends Arceus, honestly, for just, like, the rest of the stream. Just work on trying to get some more Alpha Unknown. But yeah, once we do get this, we'll start working on Galarian Zigzagoon. Yeah, I guess before I would switch over to Legends Arceus, obviously I would hatch the rest of these eggs. Watch me get 2 eggs back to back, or 2 shinies back to back. Did a bit of math and going 2 times over odds, there's a 26% chance. That sounds actually high. That sounds very high. I can double check that myself. It's entirely possible that somehow I'm doing my math wrong, but I don't think I am. 511, 512, so whatever that is, and then put that to the 1024. Yeah, I'm getting half of that. I'm getting about a 13% chance, 13.5 that you won't get it. Because the odds of having 1,024 hatches all not being shiny, so that means you're getting the 511 odds out of 512 is the odds of that are about 13% or 13 to 14%. Something I did discover recently, which is funny because it means that my my Galarian wheezing hunt was actually even luckier than I realized because the odds were worse than I realized. So there is a weird glitch with Sword and Shield. So in this game, Masuda method gives you 1 additional shiny roll over normal. Normally it adds, so like 1 in 4,096. Normally it makes it, it adds 5 rolls, so it's 6 in 4,096. And then the shiny charm normally adds 2 rolls. So, so it would be, instead of 1 in 4,096, it'd be 3 in 4,096. That's how you get those odds of, you know, the 1 in 1366 or the 1 in 682, I believe, is without Masuda method, without shiny charm. And then together, obviously, it'd be 8 in 4096 or 1 in 512. But there's a weird glitch, because in this game, it actually gives you, Masuda method gives you 6 rolls instead of 5. And shiny charm's the same, except there's the thing. There's a glitch with the game where if you have bonus rolls being applied, so like Masuda method or shiny charm, it erases the original roll. So Masuda method, instead of giving you the original plus 6 more, is giving you just the 6 more. You don't get like that original roll. So that's, since Masuda method went up 1 roll, but that, you know, the original roll has now been erased, Masuda method is a mosh. It's still 1,682, and with the shiny charm, it's still the same because it doesn't subtract 2 rolls because you have 2 bonuses being added. It's just you lose the original 1. But because the shiny charm wasn't adjusted by itself at all, instead of being 3 out of 4096, which is 1 in 1366, approximately, there's like a decimal there, it's actually 1 in 2048, I believe. So yeah, my my Galarian, or my shiny coughing that I turn into Galarian wheezing was even luckier than I realized. And I probably should clarify, it's believed to be a glitch with that with the rolls thing. I do wonder if, because in BDSP it doesn't have that that boost with or it doesn't have like the additional Masuda method roll. So I wonder if they realized that there was a glitch and either they didn't bother to fix it, they just did it the lazy way by boosting Masuda method, or they just couldn't figure out how to get the glitch fixed. Or the alternative is Game Freak just decided they wanted to make Masuda method even better, or not even better. They just wanted to like nerf the shiny charm without making Masuda plus shiny charm worse. You're on 3.3k soft resets in Ultra Sun. Oh, you've gotten shiny Ho-Oh with 20 KOs on Dynamax Adventures. Nice. Yeah, that's look, you know, that's above average because it's with shiny charm. Also, that's a weird thing because also how the rolls and stuff work also apparently doesn't. How it works with like Dynamax Adventures and stuff is also weird. But yeah, apparently like you know, getting in 20 is pretty good when it's 1 in 100 odds. Did I move eggs over? I might not have. Oh, I must have. Or I didn't move over my Pokemon. Let's see. Full odds hunting is pretty rough. Yes. Yes, it is. There is a reason why, other than my Registeel, I don't think I'm ever doing another full odds hunt on stream. And Registeel only happened because I didn't realize it was a full odds hunt. Like, I already knew it was going to be miserable, and then I already knew full odds would be miserable, and then I was like, oh no, Shiny Charm works on Registeel. Although, oh, fuck. I just thought about that. I guess, the Shiny Charm... I wonder if it's just on eggs. I need to look into that a little bit. I wonder if it is just on eggs that rule thing is messed up. But I did just realize that my Cobalion hunt might actually be a little bit worse than I thought it's going to be. Because since that is just encounters, so it's just a straight 1366. There's no way to get like the boost from the Aura or Brilliant Pokemon or whatever you want to describe them as. Not that I think it would work anyways, because I don't think you can... running away from a Pokemon doesn't count for that. But yeah, so that's just, I think, well, it is just Shiny Charm, and I think it's supposed to be 1 in 1366, but I do need to actually double check that, how that glitch is working on that. Oh, hold on, sorry, checking Discord. Sorry. Alright. Sorry about that. Replying to a friend. Hunting for the weird Sinistea with mark on its bottom. Sounds pain. Kinda. I mean, if you want to get a shiny one of those, yes, that's gonna suck. Because I believe it's 1% chance of being authentic, which means it has the maker mark on it. But yeah, basically the only way to know if you have one is... if it Dynamaxes for like a couple of frames, you can see the maker's mark. Or if you use the, because it's 2 separate evolution items. So if you use the, I forget which one is which, but there's one item that will only work on the authentic, and there's one item that will only work on the forged. So if you can't use the authentic item on it, then it, well, oh, damn it. Here we go with this shit again. But that's actually okay. We can make this work. And it's not too bad because it's just the 1 egg. When it's like just 1 egg, it works kind of fine. But yeah, eventually I'm going to have to do that. The authentic Sinistea and Poltegeist. But that's, you know, that's for my alternate form decks, which that's a little ways down the road right now. Basically, if I have some free time in between, if I somehow get all these Galarian forms, which, you know, right now, I don't know if I'm going to get past Corsola. But once I get done with those and I wrap up a couple of other hunts that I want to double back to, specifically, I want to go get my Ditto and BDSP, because it defeated me once. That sucked. That, I guess, for a while, that was probably my worst ever shiny hunt, just because of, like, how many Poke Radar resets I did. God damn, that sucked. But I do have that set up now because I had like 230 something max repels. I am aware since then that yes, super repels are technically better bang for your money, but that's irrelevant for me right now because I now have 999 max repels, 999 super repels, and 999 repels in Brilliant Diamond. Which, doing the math on that, it'll take a while, but it is virtually impossible that I will not get the Ditto. So I want to double back to that. I want to get I want to stream a shiny hunt from Let's Go Eevee. Just the I'll probably that one I'll do whatchamacallit. I'll probably do all like the catch combo off stream so that way I can do it in handheld mode. I don't want to mess with the motion controls, especially like during a shiny hunt. I'm still not exactly sure where I'm gonna do that yet, so it might not have been too bad, but I just don't even want to mess with it. So I'll do the catch combo off stream and then just suspend the game on my Switch so that way it's good to go. And then we'll just stand around for a couple hours waiting for a shiny to spawn. It'll be a lot of fun, I promise. But yeah, I need to look through like what places have like either exclusively or almost exclusively just Pokemon that I still need shiny. But yeah, that one, the Ditto that I mentioned, maybe red. I guess I don't know, man. There is part of me that is considering deleting the Registeel VODs off YouTube and just doing that one off stream. I don't know. We'll see. Or just shelving it for a long time until like I don't know. It might be better once I, with more people in chat, because that's one of those hunts where it's just brutal, because it sucks being that deep into the hunt. And like, don't get me wrong, I could probably do it a bit off stream and be fine, but like streaming and doing that and like trying to come up with shit to talk about, when there's no one to bounce off of, when it's one of those streams where, either the time is bad for it or whatever the reason is that, no one comes in. Most likely because I'm not very good at streaming. But it's just that one really sucks to do. Like, even the eggs are okay. I can deal with eggs without anyone watching, but Registeel just sucked. But yeah, that and Suicune. I don't know if I'll double back to those. But then, so if if working on those, by then the new games are out, I'm going to start focusing on doing those first. I want to get all my, at least all the Paldean forms, depending on how many that is, and then I'll kind of evaluate where I'm at with other, again, if, I have other hunts to double back to still. And also, like, how long that takes me to do, and, if it still seems like the game is still popping on Twitch. Just like, if there's still a ton of, like, more than normal interest, I guess. Because, like, Pokemon is kind of forever, like, there's always going to be people that want to watch some, but obviously right after a game comes out, it's going to be more popular. And it's like, well, I should probably take advantage of that by doing shiny hunts in that game. Plus, who knows? I mean, if there's a new way to, like, shiny hunt, like, Registeel and Suicune in that game, then, like, well, later. Especially for Registeel. Suicune, maybe. Oh, God. Dynamax Adventures, why? I want to love Dynamax Adventures. It's a neat idea. Some issues. I don't like that in single player, you're still put on this ridiculous time limit. Like, I wish I could plan my route instead of being basically forced to make snap decisions. Obviously, you kind of have to have that in multiplayer. It shouldn't be there in single player. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Hisuian Zoroark is going to cause some PTSD. Yeah, Hisuian Zoroark is going to be a problem in Gen 9. I mean, any normal ghost type would be. Though, I mean, the other thing to think about is, right, it's... Yeah, it's going to kind of be a problem, but also... It's immune to normal, fighting, and ghost type moves, which is like... I don't know. Granted, because it does have the same ability, you know, we'll see what happens. Or the same ability as normal Zoroark. So that could definitely make it a lot better. But I just feel like normal would probably be the most useful of those types of moves. I guess fighting too. But I don't know, it just seems like... It's not like it's immune to fairy or steel or water. Because, you know, fairy and steel are very much the strongest types with, like... Or, definitely those two are, like, the two strongest types, generally, is what people consider. But water's also generally kind of up there, and probably dragon as well. It's just, like, it doesn't stop any of the OP types. But it does cover up one of the few weaknesses of normal typing, so... And it does give you normal stab for things like Swift or whatever. I don't know, do people run Swift in VGC? I feel like it would be useful, because it does hit multiple Pokemon, and it's a guaranteed hit. And, I mean, with stab, it's, you know... 90 base power, effectively. Just check, make sure. Did hard memeing on casual online battles with Zoroark yesterday. Got a few DC errors. Nice. Yeah, I mean, that is, like, one thing that could be super useful. Is, like, disguising it as something and, like, say, what type is Zoroark normally? Normal Zoroark, or fucking Unova, there we go. Could not pronounce that right at first. The original Zoroark. I forget. Just pure dark. Okay. I'm trying to think. That wouldn't really have any immunities that overlap then with the new one. Because I was gonna say, if it was a thing where it was like... I can't even think of what it would be. I was just thinking something where, like, it would have an immunity that overlaps, so they, like, hit you with that one first, not knowing that's a Zoroark, and they go, oh, it's a Zoroark then. But then they hit you with, like, they try to hit you with, like, a fighting type move. It's like, oh yeah, that also whiffs. It makes sense that's a dark type, though. Disguising up with Charizard, and yeah. Or like you mentioned last time, the flamethrower, but yeah, throat chop. Anything that, you know, anything that it shares a moveset with is gonna make it pretty funny. But of course, since, you know, if someone's paying it, well, I guess, I mean, there's not, the only way that you really know is that you go like, that does a lot less damage than this build normally would. Or, you know, like a Charizard that would be running that move would normally do. Is there any typing that, like... Just trying to think. Yeah, because there's not really a typing that you would hit Charizard with that would be, that would also be super effective against Dark. Because, like, you know, you wouldn't use Fighting type because Charizard is Fire Flying. And you wouldn't use a Bug type because it's Fire Flying. Yeah, I don't know. maybe I'll consider getting into VGC stuff, but probably not, honestly. I think right now I'm pretty happy just doing my breeding. But yeah, it will be interesting to see if, what, if any, new shiny mechanics we get. Or just anything that can be combined with shiny hunting, you know, like SOS, battles, and... I did move eggs over, right? Yes. Or, you know, the Brilliant or the Aura Pokemon. I've heard, like, it's just the Pokemon with, like, the yellow glow to them in a Sword and Shield. Or, you know, like Pokeradar in BDSP, even though I know that's from Gen 4, but I mean, it's still a different mechanic. Or Mass Outbreaks in Legends Arceus. I kind of feel like we'll probably see either Mass Outbreaks or something similar to that in the new games. Just because they definitely are... It's definitely, you know, it's been fairly obvious for a little bit, but it's becoming more and more obvious with every bit of gameplay we see. That Legends Arceus was basically, they were working on Gen 9 and went, wait, okay, maybe we should spin this off into its own thing as well? Wow, what's this song? Where there's... Okay, there we go. I don't... My only complaint about stream beats, or... I mean, yeah, stream beats, is, there's usually like one song and album with them that is there's just a lot of dead air in it, and it's like, well, you could just like cut this off and then start the next song. Though they wouldn't be the first ones to do weird shit with their Charizard and Zoroark has no shared weakness. I thought so. I'm not exactly sure why I was going in that direction with that discussion, but it was, I was curious, I guess. But yeah, Stream Beats would not be the first artist to... Well, Harris Heller's the artist. Stream Beats is, like, in theory larger than that, but, you know, it's 99% him, I think. But I remember, like, you know, old Black Sabbath albums and Green Day, American Idiot, I believe, where, like, there's 2 songs in one song. It's just like, what are we doing here, guys? I wonder if they only did that for, like, streaming or something, because surely they couldn't have done that on, like, the actual album, right? But I have no idea. It's been a long time since that stuff came out. And especially Black Sabbath was just a little bit before my time. Although really most like that music stuff, like, you know, I might have known what Green Day was and stuff like that before like iPods and whatnot. They did it on CDs. Oh. By the way, welcome in, Hannah. Yeah, I don't get what their reasoning for even doing that would be. Like, it's not... So, like, another example of that at least makes some sense is the first Boston album. This is an old album. If you haven't heard of Boston, though, they are probably legitimately the best classic rock band ever. The first album is just hit after hit after hit. It's so fucking good. But there's a Foreplay / Long Time. But, like, Foreplay is literally, like, a minute or maybe minute and a half kind of intro of just, like, guitar riffs and stuff. And then And then, like, you know, the actual song Long Time starts. So it's kind of like, that one makes some sense, because, like, Foreplay wasn't really its own song. Hence it being called Foreplay, in case that wasn't obvious. So, but, like, yeah, with that, like, I went to go listen to War Pigs by Black Sabbath on Spotify recently. Because I'd, like, you know, that's probably one of their favorite songs of mine. And for some, well, I think I know now why. I probably forgot, though. But I want to go listen to that, and it also has, like, another song on it. I was like, no, just let me listen to the one song. Like, it's not even necessarily that the other song is bad. I forget which song it is. But, like, for my playlist, I just want to have the one song, and I just want to shuffle it. And, like, if the other song comes up at some point, too, cool. Or if it, you know, somehow they come up back to back, it's happened before, you know. It's very confusing when it does, because, like, wait a second, what playlist am I on? But, you know. It's, I don't know, man. Just a very odd decision. And it's not like they were the only ones that did that, because, again, Green Day. But then there's also, like, other artists, like Linkin Park was a big fan of putting basically the intro for the next song at the end of the previous song. And it just... why? Again, when you know, I don't know if this was a way to combat some, like, piracy maybe or something? I have no fucking idea. But it's just like, you know, when you put that on a playlist that's shuffled, it then, like, always sounds weird. Usually the song starts, or, like, the song, like, the stream, you know, the individual file for the song or whatever. It starts and it sounds fine. It's just you hear the end of the next song, and you're kind of like, oh, wait a second. There is more to that next song that I just, like, hadn't noticed before or something. And they did that, you know, I don't know how many albums they did that on, but they did it for a number of them, and, like, late into their discography even. Because The Hunting Party, which is probably their last good album. Actually, it's a fantastic album. Like, that album doesn't. That came out, you know, pretty late compared to, like, Hybrid Theory, you know. Probably came out at least a decade after. It was always weird how Linkin Park, like, started so fucking good, and then it's like, first album, fucking one of the best albums of all time. Second album, one of the best albums of all time. Personally, I like Midoriya, or however you pronounce it. I like that one a little bit more than Hybrid Theory. But, I mean, they're both fucking fantastic. And then, I think it was Minutes to Midnight was next? I believe so, and that one was not as good, but it's still pretty good. There were some songs on there that were kind of getting like, well, interested what's going on here, but okay. And then I think Thousand Suns was the next one, and that one was like, they're like really leaning into the like the electronic part of it more so than like the rock and everything. And this was that era where, like, you know, using a lot more electronic sounds was getting a lot more common. And then, what was it? Living Things, that was just like, not only was it not great, but also there was a couple songs on there, specifically Burn It Down, I think, that fucking just got overplayed to fucking hell. And, like, it was a decent song, but it wasn't good enough for how much they were playing it. There was times where the radio station where I grew up in Tucson, I want to say KUPD, but that's the one here in Phoenix. KFMA, I believe. They, like, I swear to God, there were some times where they would play it, like, multiple times in between the ad breaks. So, like, they would, you know, ad break would end, they'd play Burn It Down, and then the last song before the next ad break was also Burn It Down. It's like, no, stop it. Stop it. This is also the same station that tried to play Skrillex at one point, which, like, I understand kind of, because they, there's the collab, God, I cannot speak today, between Korn and Skrillex, which I have come to appreciate a lot more. I hated fucking Skrillex. I was one of those people like, it's just stupid noise, and it kind of is. But, you know, I've come to appreciate the chaotic nature of it a little bit more. But yeah, I forget which song it was, but it wasn't like a collab song. Like, they played the collab songs, and they just tried to play, I think it was Bangarang or something. When that came out, and they tried to play it. It's like, oh no, do you guys think we should play it? It's like, no, play modern rock, assholes. This isn't modern rock. If I want to fucking listen to EDM, I'll pull out my fucking phone, plug in the aux cable, and play some Monster Cat. Like, fuck off. Actually, I don't know. This might have been early enough that probably there weren't a ton of people that cared about Monster Cat. Because this was like OG Monster Cat. I'm fucking dating the fuck out of myself right now. This was like OG Monster Cat. Like, there was the first album where they had the original visualizer on the YouTube uploads, but they were all purple for all the genres. And then the albums after that, for at least a long time, the visualizer was color-coded based on what genre song it was. So dubstep or drum and bass or house or whatnot. And then they updated the visualizer at one point, and then at another point they like started doing backgrounds as well. I forget if they were doing backgrounds and then they switched away from having colors for the visualizer, or if they did that at the same time. Which I will say is part of why I've really fallen off of Monster Cat the last number of years, because it's like, you know, I don't really care about like techno, really. Or not electro, sorry, not techno, electro. Getting my fucking genres mixed up. I just never really cared for it that much. You know, drum step was always felt like a little weird to me. I couldn't, you know, I liked, eventually I grew to like dubstep anyways, and I always kind of liked drum and bass once I like understood that there was a difference, and like I could hear the difference and it wasn't just, you know, electronic noise basically. But once like I stopped being able to know like what songs or what genre I was gonna listen to, I kind of just went, well, do I care? I still subscribe to all of their channels, actually, even Instinct, which I listen to very rarely. But like for the most part, if it's not a name I recognize, then I don't even bother listening most of the time. Which is like, I understand plenty of new artists are probably just as good, but like, you know, you know, it's hard for me to convince myself to listen to a new artist. Like kind of recently, it's probably been a number of months since this came out, but like I saw that a new song that was a collab between Faint, Ramesses B, I believe is how you say his name, and Vila. Fucking Vila is such a good goddamn stinger. Oh my god. I saw that pop up. I fucking instantly clicked on that shit. But like 99% of the time I see the uploads, like, whatever. Maybe one day I'll get around to it. Or like if I see a Tokyo Machine upload, that shit gets clicked on instantly. I know that's like that's a much newer artist than the other three that I just mentioned. Well, at least on Monster Cat. I don't know if Tokyo Machine was doing stuff beforehand. I do thoroughly love me though some Tokyo Machine. It's just so, it's like such a very unique sound. Like, even though like he'll have songs that are like completely different energies to him, but they're very distinctly his or theirs. I don't know what gender they are. But yeah, I have noticed that talking about old Monster Cat artists, fucking Mr. Fiji Ouija's been posting more, and oh god, talk about a fucking chill out artist. I think that is actually a genre called chill out, but like just in general, there's just such chill songs. I probably should at some point maybe resubscribe to the Monster Cat like gold or whatever it is that gets you. I think originally there was gold, but you could also do a larger subscription for if you wanted to use the songs in like monetized content. But I think they ended up combining that just into one tier at some point. I wish they would, like, I don't know. They're like, I wish there was a better way to just like use that stuff like on stream. Like, I know I can do Spotify with it, but like I don't know. Because they have their own like web player for all of their music, and you can actually select. That's part of it. A lot of their songs you can't actually monetize. So it's not all of their songs that are monetizable, because some of them have special licensing agreements or whatever, like, you know, the Marshmallow, or I think that's his name. Anyways, you know, fucking that guy. I'm sure you know which one I'm talking about. I think it's Marshmallow. But, like, he has kind of, whenever he's had Monster Cat uploads, I don't think he does anymore, but his first couple, those have, like, special licensing things, so they can't include in part of that. Pegboard Nerds, I think, is also like that. But most of their songs you can monetize. It's just not all of them. And so it's like, if I go and just make a, or, you know, use a Spotify playlist, then I don't know that one of those is going to pop up, and then my VOD gets popped for it, which, like, I don't really care, because, again, my VODs aren't really, not really, they aren't monetizable at the moment, but, you know, it's just, like, it's annoying to see that whole, copyright claim on a video, and just be like, God damn it, what the fuck happened? Like the fucking, the Let's Go Eevee episode that just, like, the like, battle theme or something just, like, happened to trip up the copyright for the Pokemon, like, Red and Blue battle theme. Which, why that's still getting flagged automatically on YouTube by Nintendo, who the fuck knows, but... Especially because it's only, like, 5 seconds, or it was, like, 5 or 10 seconds of the song in the video that actually got, like, flagged. I think the whole song probably played through, but... Or at least a decent part of it? I don't know, maybe not. I guess it could have been a short battle. I think that happened too with Cynthia's theme in BDSP. Only it ended up flagging for the Gen 5, the black and white version, which was weird. Because now I think they, like, YouTube does a thing where it doesn't just flag if it's, like, identical, it also flags if it's, like, the same melody, which to an extent you can kind of do, but I feel like you should just have to have a human involved in that, because, you know, it's possible to come up with the same, you know, melody without it being the same song, you know? I don't know. Kind of hard to describe that. But, well, there's also stuff where there's been stuff in the past where it's like, okay, this is clearly a ripoff. Like, not just like, you know, a cover or a remix or something, but it's like someone just aping the melody from another song. Like the, Ice Ice Baby. I forget which one that is, and then the other song that it's like copying off of, but it's like very clearly identical almost, except like there's like a tiny little difference in like the pitch on the last like note or whatever. And somehow they managed to argue in court that there were different songs entirely. It's like, But also, I mean, in theory, Under Pressure, okay. I was wondering. The problem is they both sound like, I felt like that was right, but again, both songs sound so fucking identical that, like, the lyrics even get, like, mixed up in my head. Alright, well, we are blazing through these tonight. Granted, it's already been 40 minutes, almost 50 minutes. But no problem with that. We'll see. Depending on how I feel, maybe I could do another 100. I'm very cautious to say that because pretty much every single time I ever say that, it does not work out like that. But maybe we could. Do like 300, so it'd be 10 full boxes. Actually, it would be an 11th box with 10 more because I started with 10 more to make it 210, so that way it'd be evenly divisible by 30, so that way it'd just be 7 full boxes for me to do 200. I don't know if any of what I just said made sense. It kind of came out as gibberish, I think, but hopefully you got the point. But yeah, I've had a habit in the past of, you know, I'm streaming and like it's going pretty well early on, so I'm like, yeah, you know what? I got a lot of energy tonight. Let's go real deep with this stream. And then I get to my original target and it's, or I'm even getting near to the original target. It's like, I'm not gonna make it to the stretch goal, so sorry. But we'll see. If we get to 200 and I'm still feeling good and we still haven't gotten this fucking Corsola yet, then we'll evaluate then. I do think I will just, even once like I have enough eggs to fulfill the 200 target for tonight, I'll just keep collecting more eggs. Because, again, like I said, I will need a Corsola at some point. I'm not really worried about it just right now because I'm not worried about trying to get that before the new games come out, as opposed to the Galarian form. Even though I know it evolves from a Galarian form, but it isn't a regional variant. It's just Corsola, so. Although, I don't know why my voice went so high-pitched there. If you play the trading card game at all, something like Corsola is actually labeled as Galarian Corsola. Like, they actually specify the region for it, even though there's only one version. Because I'm actually not sure why. I assume it's something just to, help prevent confusion with the trading card game of, like, which one you can evolve it from or something. So they kind of be like, this one has to be Galarian Corsola because... Or, this one has to evolve from Galarian Corsola because it's Galarian Corsola, even though there is no Johtoian Corsola. Anyways, I also hate how similar those two Pokemon names sound. Like, writing it down, works fine, and it makes perfect sense why they went with that for the for the evolution, but also, like, it sounds too fucking similar, guys. Come on. So yeah, unfortunately, there's not really anything Pokemon news related to talk about today. That's not really that surprising. It's a Sunday. I would have been more surprised if there was something posted today, but hopefully, like, next week, maybe we'll see the start of a Halloween event. Probably not. It'll probably be the week after, or it'll be, like, centered right on Halloween. It's kind of a... what day is Halloween on, actually? A Monday. Oh, God. Oh, that's gonna be an interesting... Actually, you know what? I'm just thinking about, like, how it's going to be at my job. Because, for those that don't know, Halloween is the single busiest day for pizza delivery in the United States. Because basically every motherfucker decides that they're having a Halloween party, or even, like, the people that are just going to stay home and, hand out candy or whatever. So it is a fucking madhouse on those days. But, hopefully, being on a Monday, stuff that's, like... hopefully, like, any, business parties will be on Friday, and then any, you know, house parties and stuff will be on Saturday or Sunday. So hopefully that shit's just gonna kind of be spread out throughout the weekend, because otherwise it's just fucking chaos. It's great for making money because you make mad tips, but ugh. Actually, tomorrow is going to be an interesting day. Tomorrow is, I believe, federally, it's still considered Columbus Day. But, you know, the whole Columbus being not actually a person that you ever in your life want to look up to. Or if you do, you have some serious problems and should probably... We'll not continue down that discussion anymore. Anyways, the point is... We'll not get too much in that, but it is a federal holiday, so it's kind of an interesting one because, like, it means the weekend's usually a little bit slower, but then that Monday is usually a lot busier because it's like on the weekend you have people who, you have a lot of people who go out of town or, you know, whatever. So you like end up with not quite as many people, ordering. But then, like, that Monday, you also get people coming back to town, and also that are like, well, okay, we're just getting back in. We don't feel like cooking, so we're just going to order pizza. So, tomorrow's going to be interesting. I actually asked my boss today, because I was like, hey, you think we're going to need another driver tomorrow? Because, like, we only had, like, the normal number scheduled, and I was like, I don't know if that's going to work, guys. And he was like, oh, yeah, that's probably a good point. Yeah, anyways, other Pokemon stuff next week. We have the, like, Festival of Lights event happening in Pokemon Go, which is supposed to have increased shiny odds for Chinchou. So I might actually try and do that, because I have one shiny Chinchou. I actually hatched that on stream. I had planned on... I was going to alternate those, and I was going to get... So I got my Larvitar, that was shiny. And then, because I already had I believe a shiny Tyranitar. I believe that's what I made it. That was like from before I started streaming. But yeah, I got a Larvitar, and then I was gonna do Chinchou, and then go back to Larvitar so I could finish up that evolution line, and then go back to Chinchou to finish up that one. But that's when I started... I forget what hunt it is that got in the way of that. It was either Dynamax Adventures or Registeel. And yeah, and then the new game, BDSP came out, and I never end up going back to those. But anyways, if I can get a shiny Chinchou, that'd be nice. I doubt the odds are as good as a community day, but we'll see. And speaking of that, we also have over that that Sunday, I believe it's Sunday, it's either Saturday or Sunday, we have Litwick. Suicune, yeah, it might have been Suicune. I think there was a combination of them, and then again with the new game, with the not new games at all, the Gen 4 remakes, when those came out, that kind of just like threw everything into a, you know, into just not knowing what the hell was going on. So, also I just realized we're getting up close to the point where it's been literally a year since I started hunting for shiny Registeel. Now, admittedly, it's been at least 6 months, probably closer to like 8 or 9 since I last tried to hunt for it. But nonetheless, it's been a year of not having it, at least. Same with Suicune, I guess, but yeah, there is no like but on that. It's the same. Because, yeah, I did start those at about the same time, didn't I? I would have had to, because I had to play through Sword again to even access either of those. And I used to do a thing where I would do Registeel for a while, and then, like, at the end of the stream, I'd wrap up with a couple of Suicune attempts. Which might not be the worst way to do things. But I have no interest in working on either of those hunts right now. So if we get the shiny Corsola, like right here, or not, then we'll just hop over to Legends Arceus. Just look for some Alpha Unknown. Hey, thank you for the follow, Old Boy McCoy. Or the Old Boy McCoy. I appreciate it. Oh, hit me with a Bob Ross emote. Nice. Cool story, Bob. Alright. Nah, I don't know if that was trying to be mean or not, but welcome in regardless. Welcome to the chat, welcome to the stream. Hope you enjoy it here. Oh, God, I really hope there's a way in Gen 9 to hunt for Registeel better. Like, I understand if Suicune doesn't have a better way, or I won't be that upset. Yes, I hate Dynamax Adventures, but, like, the odds are still good. I just have to suffer through it. Or in theory, they're good. I think overall, time-wise, it's still not great, because it takes so long to do one Dynamax Adventure, but... Fucking Registeel, man. And like, oh, damn it, I did that again, too. Hi, welcome in, Lukers. I probably mispronounced that, but welcome in as well. Welcome to the stream. So yeah, for the new guys in, I'm slowly but surely working on getting all of the Galarian forms, or Galarian regional forms as shinies in this game. I've kind of stalled out on this Corsola because, well, we're almost at triple the odds. Odds with the Masuda method and Shiny Charm are 1 in 512, and we're much higher than that. You have one shiny. Hey, it's more than a lot of people. But yeah, fortunately, thanks to Pokemon Go and Legends Arceus, I've had a lot of good shiny luck. So yeah, you know, I've got a couple hundred. But yeah, we're working on getting those forms. And the goal is to try and get them before the new games come out. Again, since I've kind of stalled out with this Corsola, it's becoming more and more of a question mark. Granted, last couple of months, or a couple months ago anyways, I was more inconsistent with my streaming, but I do stream 5 days a week now. Around, get the shinies from GameStop events too. Yeah, that's very true. That's how I got my Zacian and Zamazenta and Eternatus. Which I will say, that Eternatus event is basically global at this point. It's been, like, slowly being introduced in more countries. It is interesting that the most recent one was Japan, but there's, like, probably 10 or 15 other countries that got it before. You got a shiny Magikarp? Oh, nice. Magikarp's a good one. The Golden Carp. And yeah, Zamazenta counts. Of course it counts. Listen, if it's something that's only given away in an event, and it's like, you know, it's been a year since that event, yeah, that counts. I mean, I counted on my count for how many shinies I have. Actually, even if it's not only given away in an event, if they give it out for free, fucking take the free handout, man. There are 900 plus Pokemon currently, and God knows how many are going to be introduced in the new game. And Delibird. Oh, nice. Delibird is... I forget what Delibird shiny looks like. Is there any chance that Magikarp and the Delibird were from the wild area events in Sword and Shield? Is it purple? Okay. I was thinking blue for some reason. I know it's normally red. Purple makes more sense. But yeah, that's how I got my Magikarp and my Delibird, was wild area events. Hopefully we're going to see another one near the end of this month. For Halloween. And it could potentially be the last one. I mean, there's potential they won't even have one. Delibird, yes. Magikarp, no. Oh, interesting. And, I mean, speaking of things of if it counts or not, there's, you know, one of my shinies is the shiny Gyarados from, Gen 2. Because I played through Crystal on the 3DS, the, like, Virtual Console version. Magikarp was Masuda. Ah, nice. Speaking of, I didn't realize, so, like, I knew, breeding in Gen 2, there is a way to, because in Gen 2, shinies were based on the stats of the Pokemon, basically. So there's a way to kind of, cheese that. To, like, make the shiny odds. I think they get as good as 1 in 64 odds. But I also didn't know that the egg that you get, I believe, in Crystal only, maybe, I forget, maybe it's, both eggs, so also the one that you get in, Silver and, Gold. But that, one of those 2 eggs has a 14% chance of being shiny. So, like, yeah. Which makes me wonder now if you can soft reset. It had crazy high odds. Yeah, I mean, it's a 14% chance, which is a better than 1 in 10%, you know, 1 in 10. It's like a 1 in 7 or 1 in 8 chance. So I wonder if you can soft reset before you talk to the person that gives it to you. And then, yeah, just do that, hatch the egg. If you don't get it, then reset, get another one, hatch the egg again. Because, like, when the odds are that good, it's kind of worth taking the time to do that, you know? Got all the legendary, shiny, and Ultra Sun Moon. Now EV training and fixing their moveset. Also getting ribbons before you transfer Pokemon home. Oh, God, the ribbon stuff. I fortunately don't care too much about that stuff. That's one of those things that I think if I was going to do competitive, I would care a lot more. Because it's just a neat little way to add a little bit more flair to your Pokemon. Kind of like the, you know, the Pokeball customization in Gen 4. They still, despite even doing it with the BDSP remakes, they still haven't they aren't making it a thing in the rest of the games. Come on, Game Freak. Such a good way to do shit. Or just let us customize the you know, just let us swap out which ball it's in. Or something. It's 50% chance in the Japanese version. Right, in Crystal, yeah. So yeah, in the international releases, it's 14. And in the Japanese version, it's a 50% chance. Well, I mean, technically every shiny odds is 50%, because either you get it or you don't. But to not be a smartass, yeah, that one's just crazy odds. But it has to be the Japanese version. Was the Japanese version, or the different versions? So on the 3DS, you can buy the games in different languages. Was the Japanese version just in Japanese for that, or was it like the actual version that was released in Japan? I wonder. Oh shit! I hadn't even thought about that. I mean, it's a little late now because I don't really have a way to buy the game on 3DS. The eShop is still up. However, it does not allow you to use credit cards or any sort of card anymore. You have to buy like the prepaid cards, like the Nintendo eShop cards, and then apply those. But I don't think I really care about that. I mean, don't get me wrong, those are awesome. Awesome ways to shiny hunt, but I wouldn't have zero way to stream it. eShop card won't work anymore? Is that true? I thought that was going down. Maybe, oh yeah, maybe it has already gone by. I guess maybe I got mixed up with that. I couldn't remember. I thought it was like beginning of next year that goes down. And then later, oh. Need to do this. And then like March next year is when the full eShop was going down. But yeah, I guess it does make sense. They have 6 months to basically use your credit that you already have. So yeah, I mean, there's no way for me to get those now. Digital codes for the games themselves should still work till December. Ah, okay. What does shiny look like? If you're talking about shiny Corsola, if you look, where is it? God damn, I don't know how to do this with the webcam. Right down there, you can see that Corsola, and it looks a little bit similar, but you'll notice that the body is completely gray, and also the eyes are purple. Yeah, hopefully those games, man, they bring them to the Switch. The Gen 1 and the Gen 2, hopefully Gen 3 as well. I mean, again, it got leaked. I'm not sure how, but it was leaked that it does exist in like official like in-house emulator, similar like how they do the Nintendo Switch Online type games, or like this. Maybe not the Nintendo Switch Online. No, I think they are. Anyways, but also like the Super Mario 3D re-release and stuff like that has emulators and whatnot. So Nintendo has an in-house release, or an in-house version of an emulator that works with the Game Boy and Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance. And I want to say one of the things of that, but this was read off of Reddit, so, you know, I do have a bad habit of just repeating information without actually verifying it, but I do believe I saw that on Reddit, and it would make sense that one of the things that had been tested on the emulator with, like, doing networking type stuff was also, like, trading Pokemon. You know, if you're going to test that, kind of indicates that maybe they care about doing that. It'd be pretty cool. We'll see. Even if it's only through Nintendo Switch Online and you can't just straight up buy the games, I mean, it would be neat. You have European Ultra Sun, but have game save file in Japanese. Well, yeah, the modern games are, you know, you can just set them to whatever language you want. We've been able to do that for a little bit. That's why my shield save in on this profile on my Switch is in Japanese, so that way I could hunt for Japanese dittos, so that way I could get a high IV Japanese ditto for Masuda method. Though again, it doesn't have to be Japanese for Masuda method. It's just the two Pokemon that are breeding have to be in separate languages. So it could be French and German. It doesn't matter as long as they're different. You get the egg in a different way in the Japanese version, and it's possible getting the virtual console. Ah, okay. Yeah, I knew there was a different way to do it. I didn't know that was like through a phone or whatever. You need Switch Online. Yeah, I mean, it's not too expensive. It does suck that like the like for some of like the, you know, the game stuff, like the N64 games and stuff are behind another tier of it. But yeah, it's great for doing trades and stuff, and yeah, you know, just, I mean, that's why I can't, on my second profile, that is where I'm working on, well, occasionally every once in a while when I'm really just desperate to hate myself, working on Dynamax Adventures for Suicune. I skipped 2 there, huh? Good job, me. But that one, since that profile doesn't have Nintendo Switch Online, I can't do anything online, so I'm stuck playing with AI, and ooh, the AI is, I mean, it isn't necessarily like, the lows aren't as low as online play, because you don't have 4-year-olds that attack their teammates because, for the lulz, but also, you don't, the AI is, even having the I in there for intelligence is very unfair to it, because boy, does it just not ever want to make the right decisions. I would say it's complete RNG, but I'm pretty sure it's not completely RNG, because it seems to be weighted against making the right choice sometimes. But also, I also say that, but there's a, you know, you can definitely tell there's some moves that the AI will always try and prioritize. Stuff like weather setting moves, or setting up barriers, or healing, even when you don't need it. Or like the opponent Pokemon is, you know, extremely low on health, but someone's at like 2/3 health on your team, so it heals instead of hitting it, and then it just one-shots something anyway, so it doesn't matter, and you fucking lose, and you want to throw your damn Switch. Which, speaking of, would be a good excuse of, to pick up that, like you mentioned, old boy. The Scarlet and Violet Switch does look very cool. Unfortunately, it's kind of hard for me to... Not kind of hard. I just can't justify picking one up because it's expensive, and my current... Well, I mean, you know, it's a new console, right? You have to... It's multiple hundreds of dollars, so... And my current one works just fine. And I don't care... I mean, OLED is awesome. And having it be like take up more of the actual size of the device is nice as well. And the battery life is nice, and the kickstand is nice, but also my current one works just fine, so it's like, I just can't justify it. Also, it is very much a kick straight in the fucking crotch that they just like, hey, here's this cool special edition console. By the way, it doesn't include the game. Get fucked. What's that? You just bought our special edition console? Okay, we'll pay us $60 more for one of the games, sucker. Tell me about it. I've done some stupid misplays in ranked. Behemoth bladed my own Xerneas on ranked when I was a bit distracted. I mean, that's a mistake. Mistakes happen. But, like, you know, being Pokemon, you know, there's a lot of little kids that play it. And they just think they're the funniest thing on the planet by attacking their teammates. And it's like, can you just not? Also, I'm sure there's some people that are just stupid, but like, legit, if you just attack every turn, you're probably doing better than a lot of people. What's the chance I can get a shiny before me? Well, so far it looks like I'm never getting the shiny, so probably pretty damn good. Sure was hilarious to my opponent. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they liked the easy win. My favorite thing was during the online competitions to get the shiny versions of the Galarian legendary birds, so Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres. I just picked basically 5 or 6 fully evolved Pokemon. One of them was my Gallade. But that's set up for shiny hunting, so like it has false swipe, so that's kind of useless. In fact, all it really has is T-Wave and close combat. But then my other 5 Pokemon were all just nonsense garbage that just happened to be in my game. They weren't shiny, or they weren't bred at all. They weren't you know, they didn't have EVs, so they weren't trained. They didn't have movesets. They didn't have items, except for like one of them had an item for some reason. And I still somehow won like 3 or 4 battles across those online competitions. And it's like, what are you doing? Like, how do you lose to me? Like, it's not even a matter of like not taking the online competition that seriously. It was just like, literally my Pokemon aren't trained in any way. Or the ones that are trained in a way that is very not advantageous for... God damn it. I'm doing this thing where I'm autopiloting a little bit, and so I've just been racking up eggs. Cool. Whoops. Alright, well. So that's why nothing is hatched for a little bit. Okay, my bad. It's okay, we have plenty of time tonight. This is what happens when I'm tired, and also when I'm just, like, talking to chat. You didn't realize it was at 94.5% now? Yup. My life is pain. Seems like the only way to nerf Xerneas. Only way to nerf Xerneas is to attack it yourself. It's a pretty desperate way to balance the game. What time is it for me? It is currently 12:35 a.m. Just a little early. Or late, rather. Depending on how you want to look at it. For me, it's late because I haven't gone to bed. Just a bit. Yeah, just a bit. Speaking of. Doesn't help that I probably woke up at wanna say it's either 9 or 10 a.m. So it's been a little bit. I think it's closer to 9. Yeah, it's been a little bit today. I still got a little bit more to go. Only way to balance Zacian to have Charizard. Does Fairy take bonus damage? I forget. Fairy how Fairy interacts with fire is like one that I can never remember. Like I can always remember that Fairy resists bug because that's stupid and it shouldn't resist bug. It should be the other way around. Why they felt the need to make bug even worse is just like I don't know. Makes 0 sense. Also reminds me I need to fix that a little pop-in, because it's technically correct that I do stream Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but I also stream Wednesday and Thursday. I stream 5 days a week now, and usually around this time. I mean, I start at a little bit different times because I stream after I get back home from work, but Fairy is neutral to fire, but Steel is weak to fire. Yeah, I knew Steel is weak to fire. I just couldn't remember if there was any interaction between Fairy and Fire. Is Fire, resist or anything with, Fairy? Like the other way around? Zacian is weak. Yeah. I was just thinking, if it's 4 times weak, though, then, like, yeah. That is a very hard counter. Someone throws a pebble at Charizard and it falls over. Yeah, Charizard does not like, Charizard does not like, the rock types. Oh, actually, let me do it with this one. Well, we are definitely going to have plenty of eggs. So if I don't get it today, Fire resists Fairy. Okay, I was wondering what it was. I knew there was something to that relationship there. I just couldn't remember. Alright, well, we're almost halfway to my goal. Goal was to do at least 200 tonight. I was thinking about 3, but again, we'll see when we get there. I do have plenty of energy drinks tonight, so being tired shouldn't be too much of an issue. But, you know, if I do a lot of the just like riding around, not actually hatching shit, then but we'll see. No matter what, we are getting to 1600. Well, I shouldn't say that. We are either getting a shiny or we are getting to 1600 tonight. One of those two will be happening. I just don't know which one. Hopefully the former. I would definitely prefer to get the shiny. Have this be over with. I do think at this point, I will say, if I do get the shiny, I'll finish off the rest of the eggs for sure. Just to see if I can get a second one for my Corsola. That being the evolution of it. I have to, like, multiple times check this now to make sure I'm not, like, being dumb. But then other than that, I think I'll probably wrap up for the night. Because I am tired. Just, you know, I have chemical, energy that I can... I don't know, that sounded not as funny as I intended it. Anyways, the point is, I have... Oh, there we go. Whoops. Did not mean to hit that. I have ways to do more shiny hunting tonight, I guess. I don't know. Have I mentioned that I'm tired? But I do want to say thank you to everyone who's come in this entire weekend. This weekend has been awesome for streaming. I'm not sure exactly what it is. I have an idea, but no matter what it is, it's like it's been great. This is the type of streams that I like, where there's like a chat to respond to. Charizard and Sun is really hard counter to any legendary that won't resist fire. Yeah, I mean, it does a truckload of damage, I'm sure. You know what's scary is we might actually get up to like 96% tonight, or close to it. I forgot to count one. You gotta go? No worries. Again, Luckers, however you're supposed to pronounce your name. I'm sorry that I am illiterate. But thank you for tuning in. I definitely do appreciate it. And hopefully we get to see you again. Alright, next set. Almost at 1500. Oh, God, why? Just double check this before I even... Like, I know in my head that I did, but also I thought I had done so before, that I rode around for like 5 minutes without hatching anything, so... You know. And it takes me half a second to check anyways, so... It's not that big of a deal. Oh. So I did see a thing, complete just total tangent, although a little bit related to the stream, because I've talked before about wanting to pick up one of those new Intel GPUs. To be clear, I'm aware they're not stellar. Some games they're pretty good. Older games they are not good at all, and even some newer games they're kind of rough. The drivers are not great. I think we all kind of saw that coming, but you know, it is what it is. But I mostly only care about the AV1 encoder that's built into it. But they actually... So I wanted to get an A380, which is just like the cheap turbo budget version that, like, you know, you're not really going to be doing much gaming on that thing, to be honest. Certainly not anything past 1080p. But I did see it got leaked right after they announced the release date for the A770. They're like flagship at the moment. Even though it really only trades blows with like NVIDIA's mid-tier. Which, that's another thing why I don't really care about the gaming performance, because I'm not going to use it for gaming, because I already have a 2070. But anyway, so they it got leaked that the A310, which is like an even further cut down of the A380, which basically, all you're going to be using the A310 for is display output, honestly. Like, it'll be fine for general desktop usage. You're almost certainly not going to use it for much gaming. Maybe like Stardew Valley, or like, I would say Minecraft, but Minecraft can be kind of weirdly demanding. But yeah, that is actually like officially confirmed now. They don't really have a date for it from what I've seen. They've said like by the end of 2022, I guess. So we'll see. That now I wonder if that's gonna get up. Whoops. Don't know why I counted that already. We'll just not count this one. I imagine that thing's gonna get eaten up by content creators. But hopefully, being such a cut down chip, I mean, in theory, even like the, you know, the way that you kind of bin, you know, just like any sort of silicon chips, CPUs, GPUs, the like, is hopefully means they can just like, even like the worst, like most mangled chips that they get from their fabs. Actually, I guess for the GPUs, they're not even using Intel's in-house fabs, but anyways, hopefully, since they can use probably just about any of the chips that they get for that, they can just be like, they can just pump a ton of them onto the market. Because one thing I've kind of thought about recently, I've kind of been like, it's weird that no one ever has really, I've not really seen much of this, is, sorry, the, come on, brain, stop flatlining. Just like an encoding card. Like, no real 3D, compute performance at all. Just, you know, H.265 encoding and stuff like that. And it's just like, it's weird to me that we haven't had cards like that. And that's what it seems like that's what this A310 is. I guess their yield must be terrible if they're releasing such a low-end card, though. But again, I wonder if they realize that, like, people really want this AV1 encoding. Like, Twitch is going to support it at some point. They have confirmed. YouTube is, I believe YouTube supports it for uploads, but not for streams yet. So they like, and like a lot of people are looking forward to that. So I wonder if they're like gonna basically, they're just doing this to be like, you know what? This is how we're gonna get our way just completely forced into the GPU market, is by putting a tiny little single slot card that you don't want to use to game whatsoever, but it'll render videos real damn good for you. I mean, fuck, I'm excited for it, you know? Granted, I want to see what the price is, because if it's like, you know, I think the A380 is supposed to be like $130. So if this is like $115, I'm gonna be like, well, fuck it, let's buy the 380 just so that way, in theory, it can support some more monitors or something. Also, we are now at 1500. Oh my god. Why? So, I will say something that has reassured me of having not like gotten the shiny yet and just not noticing is since I do all my releasing of Pokemon through Pokemon Home, because for some reason you can mass release in Pokemon Home but not like the actual game itself. But in Pokemon Home, since it does show you whether or not, like, the sprite for the Pokemon in the box will actually be shiny, it's, you know, there's probably no way that I missed that if there was a shiny. So, fortunately, I'm not as worried about that. Because I was kind of worried with that, both with my Slowpoke and with this hunt. The Slowpoke hunt that I'm doing off stream, that is. Slowly but surely working on it. I forget how many eggs I'm up to now. I think 270, maybe. Hopefully it doesn't go as long as this one. Does it not give warnings when you try to release shinies too? Yeah, no, I've never tried. That's not true. I've released shinies, but that's been like individual shinies, so maybe they just assume you know. But I don't think they do. I know they do in Pokemon Go. Or I think they do. I mean, they warn you when you try to release an event Pokemon, which is annoying because it's pretty unlikely that most of those event Pokemon will ever come to Pokemon Home. Which, come on, please let me have my Party Hat Wurmple. I have 6 Party Hat Wurmple still in Pokemon Go. Just praying that one day, somewhere, somehow, I will be able to import those into either Pokemon Home itself or an actual game. Just give me my Party Hat Wurmple, please. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I've never tried to release a shiny Pokemon in Pokemon Home. Like, even the stuff where, like, I get traded something and it's obviously hacked garbage. Like, actually, I was gonna say, never mind. I haven't tried to release that yet. Because I got a, Pancham, and then recently I got a Lycanroc and a, what's the other one? A Hypno. They were all, like, level 100 perfect stats. The Lycanroc, it wasn't even, like, the route that it was supposedly caught in. You can't even catch a Lycanroc. It's just like, what the fuck we doing here, guys? Why are you trading this shit online? By the way, welcome back, Lookers. Event Pokemon are literally just good for candies at this point. Do it for science. Well, the thing is, so those things, like, obviously they're hacked. I don't count them as shinies, unlike I do with, like, other shinies that have been traded through mystery trades in Pokemon Home, like my Slacking, or there's been a couple others. Were they not named though? They were not. That's the weird thing. I don't know what was going on with that. Like, obviously, you know, that naming them was a thing in this game because it was people advertising their shit. I think this is more just someone getting rid of their hacked Pokemon, but they traded it away instead of just releasing it. I don't know. But yeah, eventually I want to use those to breed before I release them. So that way I can at least get like because they're all perfect IVs, right? So that way I can just easily get a high IV version of those Pokemon and then just release the nonsense hack bullshit. But yeah, I mean, I could just release them, honestly, because it's like, I don't know, I'm kind of at this point thinking about it where it's like, obviously, if I can, before I do a shiny hunt, I'll try and like breed a Pokemon a little bit just to get a better version of it with good stats. But also, like, I don't do competitive, so like the stats don't matter. Why not just use the 6 IV Ditto? First of all, welcome to chat, Rob. There's that Robert. Or, wait, no. But the 7's in the wrong position to BT. Anyways, welcome to the chat. I do appreciate you tuning in. I do have a 6 IV Ditto. But it's a lot fat. Rob's fine. Awesome. I'll keep that in mind. It's faster to breed it if both of the parents have perfect IVs. Or at least near perfect. Still have hacked genes and the shiny doesn't count them. I'm following. Man, if they had a way of tracking that stuff, like if the parents were hacked or whatever, I bet you 90% of VGC players, like the people who actually go to events, would get fucking insta-banned. Because, like, let's be honest, when you're trying new strats and stuff, you don't want to be messing with doing, you know, long chains of breeding, especially with, like, getting egg moves and shit like that. Just fucking hack in some bullshit, breed it, and use the legit one. Or, you know, as legit as it gets. You can also battle cap IVs. Yeah, true. But, you know, bottle caps aren't the easiest thing to get a hold of. they aren't too bad, especially like at this point if you've been, you know, if you've just positive a lot of Pokemon in Pokemon Home for a while, like I have. Yeah, I have plenty of BP to throw around, but, you know, I get, especially again, if you do a lot of competitive, you might have plenty of BP or whatever, but also, like, you might use a lot of it, you know? Again, I don't do a lot of competitive, so I don't really know for sure. Yep. But yeah, it's the thing, like, I've been kind of stocking up, like, good stat versions of Pokemon. Not necessarily perfect. I do have a box or two of, like, perfect IVs. But also, like, I've been keeping, like, the 5 IV versions just to make them better. Actually, Lamine, you can get 6 IV Ditto legitly. I mean, mine's legit. Well, mine is a legit 6 IV Japanese Ditto. I know, because I caught it myself, because I made a save in Pokemon Shield that is in Japanese, and I went and hunted for it. Which is actually very easy to do in this game, because there's the, in the Isle of Armor, there's an island that, the raids on it are practically always, Dittos. I think the only chance is that it might be a Chansey or a Blissey. And that's the same for every den on that island. There's like a 1% chance of being one of those. So if you do a 5-star raid in that, you are guaranteed at least 5 perfect IVs. I think? No, 4 perfect IVs, right, because the, that's how, like, I might be able to get a... This one is like a real long shot, but getting a Ditto that is, no good attack and no good speed, and then the rest are perfect. That is like the holy grail right there. That's the other thing, like, if you need something that has no good attack or no good speed for, you know, the strats that use that, it's, I did swap in eggs, right? Yeah. It's, there's no way to do that with bottle caps yet. We kind of hope that one day soon, maybe the new games, they'll, introduce like a plastic bottle cap or a rusted bottle cap or something like that. That'll lower your IVs to no good, but we'll see. Bottle caps can also be crafted in DLC. I mean, yeah, I know you can you buy them? And maybe not. No, you can buy the ability capsule in Crown Tundra. But yeah, like, I think you can buy them in BDSP with, well, you can buy them with BP and Sword and Shield as well. But you can craft them, but like, you can't really craft a whole lot of them, I'm pretty sure. Only because the items that you need to do that are pretty good. Maybe not. I haven't used the Cramormatic a whole lot, but it's... I just know that, like, getting anything good out of the Cramormatic, like, and a lot of it is going to require a lot of work to get all the items needed. But maybe not. Maybe the bottle caps are an exception. I don't really care about that mechanic anymore because I got all of my, all of the Alcremie forms I have, thanks to the, Wild Area event a few months ago, so, you know, it's just like, that's the only reason why I would have done that. The odds on everything else are too low. Maybe for, like, the really special Pokeballs, but, I'm not too worried about that. 3x rare candy and the other ore, not Dyna, Armorite ore or whatever? Or, I think that's the one. I didn't, yeah, I guess that would make sense. Because, yeah, you can't get a good amount of rare candies and the, ore. I keep on, like, not counting some of these. I'm sorry. I've been really bad about that tonight. But okay, I didn't realize it was actually that easy. Boy, we are going to have so many eggs left over after we're done with hunting this tonight. Which, again, for anyone who has tuned in recently, I'm doing 200 total eggs tonight. That's the plan. When we get there, I'll think about doing more. I'm leaning a little bit more towards not, but we'll see. And I did put stuff back in my party, right? I did not. Ooh. Glad I caught that. But yeah, so that's going to get me up to 1,600 eggs tonight. God, this hunt is taking so long. Like, I've literally had gone through and, like, checked to make sure that, you know, I have Masuda method going, my Pokemon are named in different languages, and that my, that I do have a Shiny Charm still. You're gonna go, you don't want to... Okay, no worries, man. Thank you for tuning in. I do appreciate it. Do hope we see you again, but I totally understand if we don't. This is pretty much all I do is shiny hunting. At least, you know, for the next month. We're definitely doing a playthrough of Scarlet, but... You know, 90 to 95% of my streaming is just shiny hunts, so... That's not totally your thing. Well, unfortunately, I ain't getting to, I ain't gonna be the streamer for you. But again, thank you for tuning in. I do appreciate it, man. Getting close to odds here. Yeah. 512. So it'd be 10, 24, 15, 36 would be triple odds. Unless you were talking about your own hunt. But I'm getting close to being triple odds myself, so... I don't know which one it would be. Later, Lukers. Your own hunt? Ah, gotcha. Still the soft resets. I think that's what you were working on last, right? Unfortunately, yes. Hey, it could be worse. It could be soft resets in, well, maybe I shouldn't say that. I don't know how long it takes up to boot up, was it the, Gen 7 games? But I don't think it could be as bad as, BDSP. That game takes so long to start up. God, I'm not looking forward to doing resets for, Arceus and Darkrai. That is... Not looking forward to that one. Those ones. At least with Shaman, you can just run away and come back, and it respawns. That one won't be too bad. I mean, it won't be great because it's still full odds. Thanks for not making Shiny Charm work on encounters, Ilka, you fucking assholes. Why they did that, I will never, ever understand. Especially because, again, the description of the Shiny Charm literally says increases chance of shinies in the wild. Or, you know, seeing shiny Pokemon in the wild. It specifically says in the wild. Not just increases chances of shinies while breeding. So, like, come on, guys. You had... Well, let me say it back. They didn't have one job. They had a lot of jobs, but they also did a lot of them not very well. I hope, either Ilka makes some serious changes, or that they just don't get to develop another Pokemon title, because they really dropped the ball with BDSP. It could have definitely been a lot worse. Fortunately, it was still Gen 4, so, I mean, there was still a lot of good there. And there were some things I really liked with them, with, like, the Underground. I love what they did with that. I mean, I guess it could have been more fleshed out, but you know. You could say that about almost any game, and especially pretty much any Pokemon game, so I won't judge them too much more harshly than Game Freak, but also they disappointed me more than Game Freak, which is kind of impressive. Some of the people in Game Freak are just a-holes. Game Freak, yeah, they're not exactly stellar. You won't hear me disagree about that. I guess you're kind of spoiled being able to just slaughter thousands of Registeel. Yeah, but again, if I had known that was a full odds hunt, I would not have done that hunt on stream. I was under the impression that it was 1 in 1366. Although, again, there is that weird bug with how the shiny odds work, so it might have actually been 1 in 2000, but even that would have been, I mean, literally twice as good as full odds, so... Yeah, but I started on stream. I'm still currently committed to it, though I will be entirely honest. It could very well happen that I just give up on doing that on stream. It depends on how things go in the future. Worst case scenario, I'll always have it kind of in my back pocket as like something I can go back to. How long it takes to reset Registeel. So you can, Registeel will actually respawn if you knock it out. Because you just reactivate the buttons on the ground and then you talk to the statue again. I assume they did that because you have to catch it as part of the story for Crown Tundra. So, you can just basically, you can either run away, which is the fastest way to do it. You just run away and keep doing resets like that. But me personally, if I do that, I'm going to lose count on it. And, so like by the time I'd be done with that, I would be so far off of my counter that it would kind of be pointless. So what I do is I use up all my close combats, which will OHKO it every time. And so I can get 9 encounters out of it, and then I reset. And it takes not too long, because, I mean, you can save right in front of it. And it'll actually save the status of the buttons on the ground as well when you do that, so you can just immediately get right back into it. Yeah, so you can get 8 close combats out of it, plus you can encounter one more time after that. That's how you get to the 9. And, you know, did that a few hundred, I think 300 times? No, more than that. It'd be much more than that. 300 times would be like not even 3,000, so, you know. That being resets, I should say. Because, yeah, I'm at like 38 or 39. I can check, actually. I have it on this. I'm at 3852 encounters. You know. Which is... like, that's the thing. Honestly, like, doing it off-stream won't be bad, because I don't have to worry about keeping count, so I won't have to even think about it, and I can just do some, and then... And, like, if I do it off-stream, I'll just run away, honestly. Like, I you know... Again, I'm only doing the knockouts so that way I can keep track of the counter more. Because I figure if I'm doing on stream, I should keep a count. I guess I didn't do that with Legends Arceus, though. I didn't do that with, like, any of the outbreaks or anything. But those would have been, those were harder to do a counter for. Because it's like, you know... They can be, like, odd numbers of spawns and stuff. And they're not, like, always consistent with it, and... So. Okay. I think, you know what, I'm just going to decide it now. I'm not going to do 300 of these tonight. I'm just going to do the 200 that I planned on. I would like to get some rest. So, not even necessarily, like, go to bed, although I might. But just, you know, relax. Enjoy life. Not play Pokemon for a little bit. Kind of start my stream weekend a little bit early. I did not take eggs out. I am the dumb. All right, we'll just do this. But yeah, so I don't stream Monday or Tuesday. So the next 2 days I will be off. Next stream will probably be around 10 to 11 p.m. on Wednesday. Also, speaking of, hey, Twitch, can you fix your fucking website? I would like to be able to use the goddamn schedule system. I set my schedule last week because I was finally like, you know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to start using the built-in, like, scheduling thing so that way people can have an idea of when I'm going to stream. And then, so I set it, and I have my thing on there for Eevee, so that way... You know, because last week, on Wednesday, I finished my Let's Go Eevee playthrough. And now I can't edit it, so it's still... And you can't set it to be a one-off stream. It only is on, like, a weekly repeat. So I have... And it won't let me edit it, so it's just going to say, Let's Go Eevee until the end of time. Thanks, guys. I'm sure it'll get fixed at some point. But, like, why can't I just set a one-off stream? Why the fuck do I need to set it as a weekly stream and then go and edit it? You can even go in and set it as, oh, I'm skipping this week. but you can't just do a one-off. It makes no sense, because I'm sure a huge percentage of fucking streamers are variety streamers. You know, people who don't play the same games on a set schedule. And yeah, sometimes you do have a schedule, right? A lot of people have podcasts or whatever they do. But I'm sure most of that shit isn't set. So, like, come the fuck on. But, you know, it's Twitch. They're more interested in doing everything wrong right now. Hey, did you see that some person got critically fucking injured at TwitchCon because their foam, like, jump pit or whatever had, like, 3 pieces of foam in it, and some chick, I think it was, the porn star, actually. The porn star that, like, the one who currently does porn, Adriana Chelik or whatever the fuck. For the record, I don't know that name. Listen, I like myself some adult content, but I don't actually, like, pay attention to that. The only reason why I know that is because people brought it up on Reddit. But literally broke her back in 2 fucking places and had to be rushed to the fucking hospital. Good fucking work there, Twitch. You bunch of fucking idiots. Actually, 2 people. There was another person who also fucked up their ankle, too. But the other one specifically broke her back in, like, 2 fucking places because she jumped into this foam pit that was supposed to be safe, and there just wasn't enough padding whatsoever, and she just fell straight onto fucking concrete on her back. It's just like, what the fuck? So, you know, glad you... Hey, streamer, I saw this on Twitch. Fucking streamers are going to start getting a 40-60 split instead of 50-50 because they're going to have to pay for that giant fucking lawsuit they're about to be served. And heaven forbid, you know, they take some money out of their fucking whatever their CEO's budget is at this point. That would so boggle my mind. How, like, the fact that you can fuck up that hard on a like, most companies, especially if you're at the point where you're owned by Amazon, are going to be beyond overly, you know, safety kind of, right? Like, they're not going to risk any sort of injury like that. They wouldn't even use a fucking, you know, most companies would, like, look at that, even the idea of, like, some sort of foam pit and be like someone, you know, this is just asking for something to happen. Someone could suffocate in there, so, you know, any fucking variety of stupid things, and just be like, no, we can't do this in any way, shape, or form. And just, like, kill all the fun out of any event because, it, you know, they don't want to risk getting sued. And then Twitch is like, hey, let's try and kill some of our top earners. That's a great plan, right? That's how we keep our streamers around. We tell them, fuck you, we're not paying you as much money, and then we start getting people hurt. Twitch used pain split, yeah. It's just so mind-boggling how many dumb decisions Twitch is making in a row here. Like, don't get me wrong, there's always been some, like, dumb shit, but, I mean, that's any big company, right? But, like, this is just, like, back to back to back to back. Plus, you have all the fucking drama and shit going on with the fucking... Some of these people... Why did I not pick up eggs again? God damn it, me. If I could use more than 3 of my brain cells, man. I swear. So it's just like, there's so much fucking stupid shit going on. And mind you, to be clear, Twitch isn't to blame for, you know, any of that shit going on with, I forget the names of the streamers, but, you know, there was all that drama a week or 2 ago of fucking accusations of sexual assault and shit between streamers and whatnot, which, like, some of that comes out, but Jesus Christ, this was, like, the most drawn out shit on the planet. Meanwhile, you also have the whole chess thing of people being accused of using vibrating fucking anal beads. Not really accused, but it was a funny meme. And the dude almost certainly was cheating in some way. And it's just, fucking Christ, dude. What is going on? Why is Twitch becoming, like, the most just, like, ridiculous reality TV drama bullshit on the planet right now, man? Like, can we just, like, play video games and fucking play video games? I don't, like, just silly, man. But, I mean, I don't know. That's what happens when you have this giant user base and you have all these streamers, and especially so many of them are like, you know, people who, you know, maybe they started streaming when they were 16, and by the time they were 18, they were making thousands of dollars, so they've never had any real life experience, and all they know is that they have this giant audience that they, you know, it's the teen celebrity thing that happens, you know, all the like Disney stars and shit, or like Justin Bieber, all those people who just get super famous. And don't get me wrong, most of these streamers aren't anywhere near on that level, like Bieber or fucking, you know, Miley Cyrus or some of that shit, but like, you know, it's the same effect, basically. Why do I have... All right, I was writing around... Dude, I don't know what's going on in my brain right now. We are definitely only doing... my count is not correct, by the way. We are definitely only doing up till 1600 tonight. I don't honestly feel too tired, but very clearly my brain is just not sending the right messages to the rest of my body or something, because we are all over the place. I will say, as weird as it sounds, though, feel like I'm a lot more talkative and interesting when I'm kind of tired, because it's like the little bit of mental filter of like overthinking everything gets shut the fuck off pretty much first thing. A 5% chance of it taking me this long, by the way. There is a 95% chance after this many eggs that you would have seen a shiny. If you are not me, anyways. God, it's gonna be so... I'm gonna be so happy when I get this sometime in the year 2032. Assuming this planet makes it that far anyways. What's best is I'm gonna get to like my 1600 and it's not gonna finish on like a fully completed box. And I'm gonna be like, well... Somewhere along there, I completely went off the rails. Yes, okay, no, we are actually still correct. Okay, perfect. I was trying to do the math in my head. But yeah, because at the end of this, we'll be at 1540, and so we'll need 60 more, which is 2 more boxes. 2 boxes of 30. Somehow I can still do math. I can't pay attention to what's happening on my screen half the damn time, but... I will say, I don't know how some streamers can play, like, somewhat, like, active games, like shooters or anything. Not, like, even competitive, like, online stuff, but just, like, you know, playing the single player, and they'll still, like, be talking back and forth to chat a little bit and whatnot. Like, I can't fucking shiny hunt and do that without losing track of what I'm doing. Oh, fucking goddamn it. There we go. That percentage number is going to be off for a second now, but... It's fine. It's literally off by 0.01%. Though I will say, despite all the like dumb mistakes I've made, we're still right on track for how long this this method of hunting it takes. This way, yeah, I mean basically right on track. Usually, you know, usually I start without having, like, any eggs, or I'll have, like, 1 egg, whereas today I had basically a full box. More than that, actually, I think. But, I mean, that only saves me, what, a couple minutes at most? So, I don't know. Maybe I'm not screwing up as much as I think. I'm definitely screwing up in different ways from normal. Yeah, I'm gonna have way... Oh, actually, I know I already have more eggs than I need. For sure. Because, again, I only need 2 more full boxes after the... Actually... Yeah. Oh, yes, we have, okay. Not actually that many more, but we'll be way over by the end of this. Or we can get the shiny tonight. Once again, though, much like every time I do this, it's seeming less and less likely the more I get into it. Crazy how that works. Alright, come on. Come on, shiny. End my suffering. Not in that way. That came out really weird. I want this hunt to be over. I don't want it to be over that way. I should be careful about making jokes like that. I know Twitch is, like, a lot more sensitive about that than they used to be, which is understandable. But, like, also, never mind. We're not going to keep talking about this. Almost to 1540. Also, I don't know why I thought we were actually going to get up to 96% today. Like, the math made sense before. I thought it was going to be at least close, but this is going to be, like, not even close. Alright, put you guys away. I would like to, at some point, try and figure out a better way to, like, do these boxes. Only because, like, it would be nice to not have to, like, move eggs out of the way to move Corsola over. I guess what I could do is I could just put the Corsola in a different box and then take the eggs out of the original box. Might work. Maybe I'll do some testing with Slowpoke. I don't think I'm going to do any shiny hunting tonight. I think I'm, well, I did shiny hunting earlier today, like, not on stream of Slowpoke. So, you know, I'm already did some of that today, plus, like, obviously I'm doing a lot right now. I don't really need to do much more. But I'll find something to do. Try not to fall asleep while I watch, like, a YouTube video or something. You would think, I'd want to go, like, right to bed, but no. I would like to do something else with my day before going to bed, so I don't feel like I completely, did nothing but work and stream. I did. I don't know why I'm, like, feel like I didn't, but anyways. Here's what I'm going to do, real quick. Actually, I will say, and saying this will jinx it, but I'm surprised I haven't had to go to the bathroom yet. Anyways, let me change up the playlist. This is a little bit too slow, and it's making my brain kind of start to slow down. Fuck it. EDM it is. Hopefully it isn't, too much for the stream. Because I do, there is something to be said about having, like, the music kind of match the pace. Although, I don't know. I don't know. Me personally, I like it to, like, not be weird. Like, I don't want to play, like, metal, you know? Not that I would, because, again, you know, copyright stuff, but you get the point, right? Like, this is a very, mellow and chill stream for the most part when I'm not yelling at Twitch. So, it's, like, fun to have, or I prefer to have music that matches that anyways. Matches the tone. I think that's the phrasing I was kind of trying to get at. Come on, shiny. Oh, by the way, we're over triple odds by now. Triple odds was at 1536, so, you know. It still feels crazy to me, though, that there's, like, the chance is still, like, 5% that I wouldn't have the shiny by now. Like, I just feel like at that, you know, triple odds, it feels like it should be worse than that. But, you know, you can't argue against math. Well, you can, but you'd just be an idiot. God, what was that fucking idiot actor that created his own form of math or some shit? I think it was Terrence Howard or some shit like that. It was the dude that was originally what's his face in Iron Man, like Tony Stark's like military friend or whatever, who then got replaced by Don Cheadle because the other dude was a fucking idiot and was like demanding way more money or some shit. Or no, I think it was let's actually be fair to him. He Marvel realized that obviously Robert Downey Jr. was the one carrying the weight, and you know, the other guy's character was not that important, so he shouldn't be getting nearly as much money as they were originally going to pay him. And so I forget exactly what happened. I'm not sure how they're going to get sued for this, to be honest, but I'm sure there's some sort of clause in there. But basically, they told him they were going to pay him less, and he was like, fuck you, I'm just going to leave them. But also, like, then they replaced him with Don Cheadle, and literally no one cared. So, like, you know, who really lost out there? But yeah, that dude was fucking weird. I forget what weird shit there was, but it just, like, it didn't make sense. It was some shit like, well, this number times this number equals something, so then clearly... Oh, no, it was 1 times 1 should equal 2 because 1 plus 1 equals 2, or some, like, insane, just, like, like... one of those people where it's like, you just need literally one person in your life to look and you'd be like, you're a fucking idiot. Stop it. Like, not, like, literally just have someone who that's their job to tell you when you're being a fucking moron and not be just a yes man. But, you know, those people who do that then quickly got run out of friend circle because they're, you know, the dude's a fucking lunatic. I just remember hearing about that years ago, and I didn't even, like, recognize the actor's name or anything. I was like, I don't care. Like, who is this? Like, obviously it must be someone who's a celebrity, but, like, who the fuck cares? And then I found out that it was actually the original War Machine dude from Iron Man. And I was like, oh. Also, I watched those movies, and I didn't realize that they changed actors. That's how little I cared about the dude's character in the first movie. I did not even realize it was a different actor. So, you know, again, did not deserve to get paid what he was being paid for the first movie. I guess technically when the first Iron Man came out, he was like the most famous actor on the, you know, on the set. So that's why he got a bunch of money. But, like, it wasn't a very important role, you know? I don't know. Granted, I also binged through all the old Marvel movies in, like, you know, a 48-hour period when I was, not doing so hot mentally, or in terms of, like, mental health, aka I was depressed as fuck. So I literally... forget what movie I watched first out of that stuff, because, like, the only movie I'd seen at that point of the Marvel movies was Captain America the Winter Soldier, which, hey, what a fantastic movie to start watching that franchise on, right? Like, I didn't care about, like, the Avengers or anything, because I don't know, the movies just didn't interest me originally, and, like, in a way to get me, you know, in to watch them even, you know? God damn it, I did it again. Here we go. Pull this set. But yeah, so I had watched that originally, and then I forget what movie it was. I think it was the Guardians of the Galaxy, where like I knew it was kind of still separate, and I knew it was really funny. So it was like I ended up watching a very legit copy of it, and then I watched that. I loved it. I was like, you know what? I'm not doing anything for a while here, so I'm just gonna binge the whole franchise that's out at this point. And so I binged the whole franchise out. I started at the first Iron Man and just watched them pretty much all in a row. Obviously, there were some breaks, but I mean, I was literally just like laying in bed watching the movies. And again, didn't notice the change in cast. So, how important was your character, dude? Anyways. That was when I first tried streaming. Long time ago, like 7 years. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, I wish I hadn't thought about that. Fucking feel like I need to start talking about my 401k or something, fucking thinking about that. Jesus Christ. Yeah, when I was first trying streaming out, that was, again, long ass time ago, and so I just, actually, what's funny? This is the same webcam as when I did that. This is on, like, a different account, it was good old days. But yeah, like, I enjoyed it back then, and then, basically I moved. Hey, thank you, West Cook. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for the follow, man. I appreciate it. So I had moved at the time, and I was, where I moved, the internet was not good. Well, specifically, I moved back in with my parents for a couple months, and their internet was not good, but I kept trying to stream on it, right? And when I say trying to stream, I'm talking like, how, like, right now I stream at 6,000 kilobits, so 6 megabit. I was streaming at like 800 kilobit. Because I literally had a max of like a 1 megabit upload. But I kept trying to do it. It was super low res, but like I got some people in, and the idea was like I can suffer with this for a couple months. I was gonna move again pretty soon, and so did that. Moved into a new place. I had some roommates and stuff. I was thinking, yeah, this is in town. This is it was near a university and stuff, and all that. Same fucking internet provider, same fucking plan. 1 megabit upload. Except now, instead of being like my parents, who like, other than using Netflix to watch movies, don't really stream all that much. Or stream all that much. I would be surprised if they streamed at all, actually. But getting shinies is really hard, but getting the ones you beg for is paying. Yeah. Or sorry, not really hard. Yeah, this shiny hunting's super easy, I'm literally just riding in a circle. It's just also a little mind-numbing, and, like, it sucks when you're at this point where it's like, I should have had it by now, I have awful luck, I guess. But anyways, so, yeah, this new place, because I had these roommates who, there's at least, 4 people all trying to, use, like, Netflix and shit at the same time on this shitty internet connection, and so... And I was stuck there for like a year. Why did I not... I'm hitting all the wrong buttons now. I keep on doing this thing where I move the eggs, and then move the Pokemon out, and then forget to move eggs back into the party. But yeah, so like I was stuck there for a year. The internet was just not viable for streaming, and I kind of went... Well, and also like, these were all random people. Like, my parents can put up with me recording stuff, whatever, right? But... these other random people who could absolutely hear me streaming were just like, it just felt really weird, and I knew I was the one that was fucking killing the internet for everyone more than it was already dying, so it's just like, alright, I'm gonna give this up. And I did, and then a year later, I moved into my own apartment and got a ball on internet, at least for the time. I mean, it's still pretty good. It was, 300 megabit down, 30 up, more than enough for content creation. But just couldn't get back into the swing of content creation and making, doing streams and stuff. It was like I was struggling to get viewers, which, I mean, I struggled with this too, but like, I think it was like I was trying to make streaming a thing as opposed to doing something that I was already going to do with shiny hunting, but then also streaming it. That's a big part of it. It was just harder to stick with it. So I just gave it up again after that. So yeah, it's nice now to be back doing it and like enjoying it and shit after all these years for sure. But it's just funny to think about like how all that shit ends up working out. Anyways, I don't know. I'm literally just rambling trying to come up with shit to talk about. So you'll pardon me if this sounds like stupid shit to talk about or anything. Because I got, you know, it's been... We're at like 2 hours and 15 minutes of recording. A couple minutes more for streaming. So it's been a minute. Kind of low on discussion topics. Funny thing, I didn't have to break into any of my other energy drinks. I don't think I will either. I do have another drink here as well, so I'm good for the moment. It doesn't have any, this other drink anyways, it doesn't have any caffeine in it, but that's fine. I should be okay. I mean, it took me 2 hours to drink an energy drink. Usually it takes me like maybe 30 minutes. So it's not like there was as, you know, the peak of caffeine there was not nearly as high as it usually gets. Maybe that's for a good thing though. Maybe it's just a thing where the body just doesn't process the caffeine at that point and it just like dumps it into waste. Actually, that's almost... I mean, I'm sure there's a point where that becomes a thing. I don't know if an energy drink is going to be enough to do that. Though, I'm sure they're loaded with quite a bit, so who knows. Alright. 1560. Good lord, this shiny hunt. I wonder how much time, I'm gonna look it up tonight, how much time I've spent shiny hunting this damn thing. Again, this is by and far, like, it's not even a competition for being the worst luck that I've had for a shiny hunt. I stopped myself short there of saying the worst shiny hunt I've done because Suicune and Registeel still come to mind. Those were, especially well, those were far worse. Suicune was more peaky because Dynamax Adventures are so streaky with the AI sometimes. Did I do it again? Hey, I actually... Huh. Look at that. I actually put him back in my party again. Hell yeah. Because there's... I mean, sometimes... Like, there was a stream that I did where I think out of, like, 10 attempts, I beat it, like, twice or something. Or no, I think what it wasn't that many, but I did, like... I had one win and I had like 5 failures in a row, and I was like, you know what? I'm not doing more of this tonight. And just didn't finish, you know, I just ended the stream. Not really like rage quit, but also it was like, I just can't do more of this tonight, so I'm just gonna call it and come back tomorrow. But then there was another one where I did like out of like 10 or out of like 12 attempts, 10 were successes, and she's like, come on, please. I just wish. The thing with Dynamax Adventures is, man, there's some times where you hit start on that and you've already lost. There's just nothing you can do. The game has just decided the Pokemon that you have options to pick up aren't any good, and, you know, maybe a, you know, group of 4 could get it figured out, but again, it's like you have that short little, like, 10-second timer to fucking make your choices. Not quite that short. It's like, I think it's like maybe 20. And it's just... I don't even think it's 20. It's short. And it's just like, well, don't think. Just go. I didn't ever get around to testing, though. Playing with AI, if you can screenshot and then suspend the game, if it'll let you come back in. And you can, like, actually sit there and analyze the map a little bit. I should try that at some point. Wigglypuff versus Groudon seems fucking fair. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's just like sometimes you'll have, you'll load into it and you'll look at, the branches and stuff and be like, there is not a single one of these that is going to be super effective. Now, usually at least one of them is like one of their typings is, but just the ones that you can see, none of them will be good. And it's just like, what am I supposed to do here? Like, I get RNG, but also, put some constraints on your RNG. Put some limits on it so that way it has to spawn a certain amount of viable Pokemon. I don't know. We'll see. It seems likely that we'll see a reimagining of Dynamax Adventures come around with the new games. Being that raids are coming back, and like, I do know Dynamax Adventures were really popular. I mean, again, there's a ton of potential there. I like the idea of it. There's just a lot of things that they executed poorly in my mind. So I do hope to see it back, just made better. And it seems kind of likely, because again, normal raids are kind of, well, again, normal raids have been reimagined as well. But just, being a one-stage thing, not like a four-stage battle. I think about it now. We did see some footage of the raids. The new ones. Terrestrialized raids or whatever. And I don't think I saw a, like... You know how, like, when you hit the Pokemon hard in a raid, it'll, like... You'll hit a... Again, hitting all the wrong buttons. You'll hit a, like, damage gate. And then it'll pop up a bunch of shields, and you have to break through those first before you do full damage again. I don't remember seeing that. I wasn't paying that much attention, so I might have to go and look at it again, but I don't remember seeing that in that, the most recent trailer, where we finally got, like, some more proper gameplay. That's, like, one of the things that, like, I get why they kind of had to do that in the raids, but also it really just, like, kills the raids, I feel like. Especially because, again, it's this thing where, like, with the AI, it'll be like, hey, you just need, it'll be the last Pokemon that it's going to move, and it's like, please just use an attack. It has one shield left. It has, if you hit it, it'll break the shield, and then I'll hit first next turn and just OHKO it. Or not OHKO, but you know what I mean. I'll wipe out the rest of its health. And then they use a healing move or something. Or even, like, it'll be like, a support move that isn't that helpful. And it's just like, fuck the fuck off. Come on, game. And then you'll hit it, and you'll hit the shield and do, like, a tiny sliver of damage. Because, fortunately, thank God for this, there is some, like, damage penetration on those shields, but, like, God. I don't know, though. Again, both the raids and the Dynamax Adventures, I thought, were a good idea with just needed some better execution. I don't even, as annoying as I found Dynamax Adventures, I don't think they needed a whole lot. Pokemons you get, when Pokemon you get have base stats of mid 300s is impossible. Yeah, just like, there's so many bad Pokemon in Dynamax Adventures. Also, sorry, Reverse, that I've been kind of, like, delayed in responding to your posts. I have actually been seeing, like, the ones that I take a little bit to respond to. I have been seeing them. It's just I'll be caught up in my own train of thought that I just, like, I keep going, and then I take a few minutes to double back to what you said. I promise I am seeing them, though. I'm not, like, going, huh, this is stupid, I don't want to respond to it. Like, no, I'm, tired and being stupid. But yeah, we'll see. I'm so excited for the new games, man. As much as they might end up being duds, I don't know. Like, I had virtually no excitement for Legends Arceus. Like, I was pretty interested in BDSP, if only because I never played the original Gen 4 titles. And I knew how much love people had for those. And then Legends Arceus, like, my thought was just, it's Game Freak. They've never done anything like this. They aren't particularly fantastic developers. And they're trying to do this, like, third person, or, you know, this, like, you know, it's just like a very different gameplay style from what the previous Pokemon have been, with you running around in the wild to catch Pokemon. And I had serious doubts that it was going to be enjoyable to play. I thought it was going to run even worse than it does. I mean, it doesn't run that bad most of the time, but that's because it looks real bad. But fortunately, they prioritized making it mostly playable instead of look good. But also, like, I just figured, like, the controls were gonna suck, and it wasn't gonna be a good time to deal with it. Oh, hold on. So, like, I kind of went into that with no hype, and then people were talking about it, and, like, they were getting super hyped for it. I'm thinking, 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. So, yeah, this will be the last box here. We're almost... Oh, actually, that makes sense, because we have 30 more. So, yeah, we have one more box. Duh. Yeah, so I was so happy with Legends Arceus. Obviously wasn't flawless. Pretty much any regard, it was pretty not, you know, not excellent, but it was very good all around, and for getting to have this whole new Pokemon experience, it really is probably one of my favorite, just to make sure I moved eggs back. Yes, it probably is one of my favorite, Pokemon experiences of all time. Sorry, I, like, was just looking at the screen, kind of, like, trailed off and lost my train of thought there. I know it's not always possible to spawn. It's not even grinding gear straight. Well, yeah. Well, I mean, I don't really have the excuse of having a bunch of people in my chat. Well, I mean, I've had a few. I think today has been, like, probably the busiest my chat has been, which is awesome. I'm not complaining by any means. But, like, I get, you know... I get the annoyance of, like, you know, you want to, like, try and say something to the streamer, but there's so many other people that just, like, they can't really catch your message. It's kind of one of those things where you kind of, with the larger streamers, you kind of just have to throw it out there, and it's like, if they catch it, they catch it. If they don't, like, you know, whatever. You just kind of have to move on with it. Mind you, I don't really chat much in Twitch chats. Occasionally I do. And it's pretty much just slower ones. But it's also, the thing is, like, you know, those bigger streamers, there is that thing where they get a lot of stupid comments, let's be honest. Not that, you know, you'll be posting a stupid comment, or, you know, any individual person, right? But it's like, they'll just ignore a stupid comment because it's not worth addressing. And then that same person, not realizing that they made a stupid comment, will post it, like, 5 more times and have to be told by mods, like, stop posting this. If he didn't respond, he's not going to respond. But it also is a thing where it's like, in busy chats, they will legitimately just miss comments, and not, like, because they're ignoring them. They're just, you know, they just legitimately didn't get to see it in the flood of other comments. And it's like, you want to keep posting it because it's like, well, did they just not see it? But also, maybe you shouldn't, because maybe they did see it and chose not to respond intentionally. That's kind of like the thing with that. It's just like, you kind of just got to throw it out there and understand that, again, with a bigger streamer, a smaller one like mine, you can always, you know, well, I won't say I won't ignore comments. I've done that before, because generally it's a thing where it's like, when you're really, you know, low view count, it's like, you don't want to be an asshole to them necessarily, but also, if it's something stupid where it's just like, what am I even going to respond to this with? It's just, like, easier to not say anything. Like, there was one the other day, not to, you know, start shit with people who actually watch my content, but there was someone that came in and, like, there's, like, a couple messages, like, you just mad that I have chips for snacks. And it's just like, I don't respond to it. They post something else, I respond to that. It was something about something that was going on, and it's like, oh, you're just ignoring the fact that I have chips for snacks and you're mad. It's like, shut up. Like, I don't want to address it because, you know, you're watching my stuff, and, like, it's the unfortunate reality with Twitch that having viewers gets more viewers, right? Like, people are more likely to click on your stream if you have a few viewers in there than if you have no viewers. But also, like, please just, you know, don't be dumb in my chat sometimes, you know? I don't know. For what it's worth, my chat has been very tame. I've only had, I mean, pretty much everyone that I've banned in my chat has been a bot. There's only been one person that I banned, and it's because they came in, I was doing a shiny hunt, and they came in begging for some random Pokemon to be traded to them that had nothing to do with what was going on stream. I was like, dude, I'm just gonna block you, and I'm not even gonna address this, man. This isn't even worth my, like, just go away. That's why I have the thing in my rules that I think you have to click agree on before you're allowed to chat. I'm pretty sure it's set up that way, but it's just like, there's a couple rules. Don't be an ass. So none of the, like, racist or homophobic or any of that bullshit. And, you know, don't ask for random trades that have nothing to do with what I'm doing. Actually, you know what? That specific, the Pokemon he was asking for is that specific one, too. But it's just like, you know. Like, if I'm, like, in the middle of breeding something, and it's like, hey, can I get one of those? You know, depending, I might not always be able to do that. But, like, I understand why you came in and asked for it. Like, you know, it's something literally going on stream. Or I might, most likely, I'll just be like, hey, you know, at the end of the stream, if you're still around, I'll trade it over to you. I'm just not going to stop what I'm doing right now, you know? Okay, I think, how many extra boxes of eggs do I have here? We are at 2.5 hours on the stream. We have literally a full box, and most of us another box. I am going to, let me grab these. Okay, glad I'm doing it this way. I'm just gonna hatch for the rest of this. I'm not gonna pick up any more eggs. Definitely a good thing I kind of tapped out early on doing the 300 eggs instead of 200. So yeah, I'm just going to hatch these next 25 by writing. And, you know, we got eggs for next time. For some reason, call me crazy, but I think there will be next time. Oh, this hunt, man. You've done some streaming, encountered one proper fuckwit, ignored it for 30 minutes, and yeah, it's just like, there's definitely that balance you want to find with, you know, the other thing is, like, you don't want to be the person who's, like, picking a fight with one of the people in your chat, and then someone new comes in and all they see is you know, just, you know, responding to toxic shit or whatever. But, you know, in response, you know, all they see is you being frustrated with them or whatever, and it's just like, well, I guess I'll click to another stream, you know. But yeah, there is a point where it's just like, you just gotta shut them up. Something I really wish you could do in this game is, I wish you could swap groups of like Pokemon or eggs or whatever. So I wish I could just take these 5 Corsola, move them over a set of 5 eggs in the box, and just click on them, and it would move over the 5 eggs automatically. Like, even if it was a thing of like, hey, you're gonna move multiple Pokemon back, is that alright? Like, yeah, sure, just tell me, please. I don't mind. You know, just let me do it, for the love of God. Nope. They didn't take my eggs. But yeah, like I said, I've been very fortunate with my chat that I haven't had a whole lot of... I haven't really had any toxic bullshit. I don't think I've had to ban anyone for being an asshole. It's just the one dude who I just wasn't in the mood to deal with them begging for trades, and then bots. There's definitely the occasional times where it's like someone is like, you sound like you're probably 12 or 13 years old, or even younger than that. But like, obviously you don't call it out because whatever. But it's like, also, you know, I don't have the 18 plus thing just because of the swearing and whatnot. It's also because, like, I would prefer that most people coming in at least don't act like you're 8, you know? I don't know. There's like that, you can kind of tell when someone is, like, childish, I guess, and, like, just kind of weird. I don't know. I'm also fucking weird as shit, so maybe I shouldn't be talking shit, but, you know. I was pretty annoying when I played some ranked, had like 8 straight losses, come in to shout my on shit. Oh, that's just toxic. When they're being toxic, you can just time them the fuck out, and if they come back and keep doing it after, you just fucking ban them. Like, yeah, that's the type of thing where it's like, I'm not gonna even give any patience to that. Like, those are the ones where, like, when there's a bunch of people doing it, I might, you know, get a little bit more frustrated. But when it's just the one idiot, it's like, you know what? Bye. Like, that's the thing. I'm the streamer. I am entirely in control of the experience here. If you want to be toxic, bye. Take it somewhere else. You don't have to be here. You have no power in my chat, so, you know. But yeah, I can definitely, like, understand that, especially when you're on, like, a losing streak, having the one person come in and just immediately start talking shit. It's like, would be very tilting. Especially when, you know, if you're already tilted from whatever's going on. Alright, 15 more eggs. No fucking shiny. One day. I don't remember how many eggs I was at when I started this week. I should probably look. I think I can figure it out pretty easily. Just whatever I start at 4 streams ago, or 3 streams ago, after whenever my last ED hunt was. I mean, I've been averaging like 150 a day. Oh, you know what? I think I just got into double odd. Yeah, I just got into double odds. So yeah, I was at like 1,000, so not at triple. Oh my god. This hunt, man. It's like hard to tell if it's like this hunt is sucking all the energy out of me at this point, or if it's just I'm tired as hell. Realistically, it's both. On the plus side, I'm probably going to sleep pretty well tonight. I don't think there's a way that I don't sleep pretty well. And I don't have to be up until, at the latest, like 3:30 p.m. tomorrow. So I will take my sweet dear time sleeping. Alright, 10 more after this, or this is Lead the Shiny. That would have been cool, but instead I just was stupid. Anyways. don't get timeout or warnings, just straight up ban them. The only reason why I'll do a timeout in a lot of cases is like, say in that situation where it's like the one that you described, you've lost a bunch and they come in kind of, it seems like they're talking shit a little bit. Like, it's like, I'm already going to be tilted. And also it's like, you know, it could be a thing of like, oh, Lamel, you're getting your ass kicked. They're not really trying to be toxic. They're just like making a joke of the situation, not like a joke of you, if that makes any sense. And it's just like, all right, I'm going to give you a timeout. Partially because it's like, you know, you're being a little bit of a ass, but also like, I don't know necessarily if it's like me kind of being just on tilt and I just have no patience for it. And like, yeah, they can do an unban request, but like, eh. $30 of shitting is beyond joking. Well, right, but I mean, this, like, you deal with it, like, when it starts. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, after 30 minutes, sure, but also, like, you know, it's the kind of thing where if they're in your chat talking shit, and you aren't saying anything to, you know, alright, you know, if you are or whatever, but, like, if it's been going on for 30 minutes, like, oh, fuck me. Oh, we've hit the point where the percentage doesn't even actually go up after every one. So that percentage is going up by less than 0.01% every time. Anyways, but what I was saying was like, you know, if you aren't basically warning them or timing them out or whatever, they're just gonna be like, oh, well, it's fine. I can just talk shit. You know, it's like, they may not even realize, that's the, again, the thing with the timing out is like, they may not realize that they're being toxic necessarily. They think it's all in good fun. 99% of the time they're being an asshole. But again, then they come back in after timeout, they say something else stupid, and then you bop them for good. And then when they make an unban request, you go, well, you were warned once and kept doing it, so no, bye. Maybe if I get bored one day, I'll unban everyone in my fucking stream, and then you can try again. There are streamers who will do that. They'll go and they'll purge their ban list once a year. Which, I wish there is I don't know if there is a way to, like, purge your ban list, but keep some people on there. Like, if someone comes in dropping racial slurs or whatever, it's like, nah, you're done. I don't give a shit if it's, like, 10 years later and you were 12 and you thought you were funny and now you're 20. Nah, you're bye. Like, I even get that, like, you know, being young and stupid and thinking just saying stupid shit is funny. And not understanding that there's offensive humor and then there's being offensive, you know? Just being offensive isn't funny. There has to be a humor component to it. But, I don't care. If you're being an absolute dipshit, it's just 99% of those people that are gonna do it are gonna... They know what they're doing. So it's just like... Or the fact they even, you know, they thought it was funny to begin with. It's like, nah, bye. You're done. It'd just be nice to have, like, a category of those people, and then, like, people being toxic, where it's like, you know what, it's been a year. We'll let you have another chance. But also, like, keep a thing where it's like, hey, they were banned for a year for being a douchebag, so, you know, if they act up again, you guys go ahead and throw them in with the rest of the idiots that don't ever get unbanned. Basically treat it like a very long timeout. A 1-year timeout, you know? But, again, you know, as of so far, I've not had to worry about that, really. Like, I couldn't even tell you what the max timeout time is, or the minimum timeout time, to be honest. Because it's not a feature I've had to use yet. Hope someone doesn't make me have to try it. Alright. 2 final hatches here. God, I want to be done with this. 1 more egg, please. If I could get this on number 1600, I would just... I would be happy, man. It, like, even with how long this has taken, how awful it has been, I would be happy. Like, this is the type of thing where I'm, like, going in my head, is like, is there a glitch with Galarian Corsola? Can I get it shiny? You know? Is it bugged? I mean, it's not far enough yet for me to be able to say, yeah, it's bugged. Like, again, still over a 4% chance that it could have taken this long. But, like, fuck me, man. Alright. I'm going to wrap up there. I'm very tired. I'd be a happy camper if I get the shiny this week. Yeah, man. I can't even complain compared to soft resetting. Anyways, though, I am going to wrap up there. I'm very tired. It was a long day and a long stream. Even though 3 hours for streaming, honestly, isn't that bad. It's just, I've just been tired. Again, I slept a little bit better today, but not as well as it probably should be. We'll see what happens with that shit. Hopefully it starts to get better, but it's been a mess, man. Anyways, though, so no stream tomorrow, no stream Tuesday. Next stream is Wednesday. What did you know? More Galarian Corsola. Maybe we'll get it on Tuesday. Wednesday. I don't know if I said Tuesday. I know I said no stream Monday, no stream Tuesday. I don't know if I said stream Tuesday after that. But next stream is Wednesday. It'll be around, you know, again, 10:30 to 11 p.m. of my time. That's Mountain Standard Time. It's currently 2 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, so whatever that works out to be for you. Where I'm at, it's Monday. Yes, it is Monday now for me as well. It's 2 a.m. on Monday morning. Anyways, thank you everyone who came in today. Holy shit, today was awesome in terms of support and just everyone coming in and chatting and everything. It's fucking one of the best days of streaming I've had, despite the hellscape that is Galarian Corsola. I guess people just like to see me suffering. I don't know. Actually, that's like every streamer, so I guess I shouldn't be surprised. Anyways, though, if you're watching this on YouTube and you really want to watch me suffer in person, if you just need that right in, you know, put that right into your veins, hey, come watch me on Twitch, guys. I'm live, you know. Again, I've said it a few times, so 5 days a week. That Wednesday through Sunday, so no Mondays or Tuesdays. Start anywhere from like 10 p.m.-ish to like I start at like 12:30 or 1 a.m. It depends on my work schedule. I stream after work for most days. But yeah, and if you're watching this as a Twitch VOD, hey, go watch it. You know, don't watch the Twitch VODs. Thank you for coming to my Twitch channel. Please do follow. But also, my YouTube channel is going to be a better spot for the VODs. I always say all my VODs. I need to just stop correcting myself when I say that because it's not going to happen. Occasionally, I have a really short stream or something because I'm not feeling well and I just give up on it. Those don't get uploaded, but anything that is like a proper stream generally is going to get uploaded. I can't even speak anymore. It's generally going to get uploaded. And they're going to be in slightly higher quality on YouTube. So, you know. And also just the YouTube player's better. Like, sorry, Twitch. It just is. Why am I saying sorry, Twitch? Fuck Twitch. I say as I stream on their platform. Listen, I prefer YouTube for my video uploads, but also, like, we need to not have an internet where YouTube dominates both uploaded content, like, you know, pre-created uploaded content and also live content. We cannot have that. That's not going to be a good time for any content creator or anyone who enjoys content on the internet. But anyways, yeah, thanks again everyone who came in today. You guys have all been awesome. Yeah, I'll see you guys on Wednesday.